Here's the deal. Every customer you talk to, whether it's a school, hospital, manufacturer, retailer, they all rely on their network to keep their businesses running. But most of them are stuck juggling multiple systems, spending hours troubleshooting and dealing with slow connections that frustrate everyone from IT to the end user. Extreme's wired and wireless solutions change that. They're built to simplify, secure, and scale, so your customers can focus on what they do best. In this next video, we're gonna walk you through how to have that conversation, how to pitch wired and wireless in a way that feels natural, solves real problems, and sets you up for repeat business. Let's see what John has to say.
Hello everyone, welcome to Extreme Wired and Wireless. We're going to be diving into both extreme wired and extreme wireless and showing you how to use specific sets of slides to tell stories that resonate. There are multiple customer-facing decks that you can use to be able to pitch these solutions to your customers. Now, all of these slides may not be relevant to the pitch that you're doing based on your discovery of what's going on with your customer or prospect. So here's how to get started. First, download the decks. There's a wired deck, there's a wireless deck. And then here's what I have done. I've pulled together about 5 key slides out of the larger decks each to give you practical examples. We'll walk through why I chose these particular slides and how they support the story I'm going to be sharing with my customer. By the end, you'll see exactly how to position extreme wireless and extreme wired to make it memorable, relatable, and totally aligned with what your customer cares about. So let's talk about Wi-Fi first. Let me set the scene. Why should customers change? Let's just talk about a customer, Summit Valley Health. They manage 7 clinics and 1 hospital in New England with a lean 5-person IT team. When we first spoke, they were frustrated. Their wireless network was cobbled together with outdated access points, lacked centralized management, and couldn't support all their new devices like digital check-in kiosks, patient tables, mobile carts and fusion pumps, all of these devices. Their CIO said, "We're spending more time putting out fires than anything." So I told them, traditional Wi-Fi just isn't cutting it anymore. It's feature locked, it's inefficient, and completely unprepared for the demands of modern healthcare. Sticking with their current setup means continuing to patch things together while your business is scaling up. Honestly, that's like driving a 1998 Civic up a snowy mountain. Yes, you might get there, but it's slow, it's risky, and it's really not built for the climb. So what's the cost of doing nothing, of keeping things the way you're doing? How many more outages can your staff tolerate before patient care suffers? So this slide sets the stage. It's about why change is necessary now, creating a sense of urgency to make them want to move forward with their project and move forward with you. So let's continue to talk about urgency and helping them to make these decisions. Money. So Summit Valley Health was facing a tough crossroad. They were expanding their regional presence, adding 2 urgent care clinics, and upgrading digital services. But their IT budget was frozen. The CIO was frustrated. More locations, more devices, same headcount, same budget. Delaying this investment wasn't neutral. You have to articulate that it's actually costing them more in downtime, inefficiency, and missed goals every quarter. If you can, take your customers through their actual budget. Do the discovery. and apply it to this scenario. Make sure they understand the dollar amount savings that they will actually accrue by going forward and spending the money on this project. It's costing them more to do nothing. I've decided to use this slide to walk them through this real-world scenario. On average, organizations leveraging Extreme's platform have seen up to 20% reductions in operational expenses across 3 years. In network-related operational expenses, freeing up resources for strategic initiatives, this is real money. But this wasn't just about dollars. It's about doing more with less. It means less time onboarding new sites, less manual reconfigurations, less disruption to critical applications like EMR, telemetry, PACS. These are instances of urgency that you can give to your customer to help them make the decision to move forward. Now, based on these conversations that we've just had, we should have Summit Valley's attention, both on the cost of doing nothing and what it's actually going to mean to them from a business perspective. And we've shifted the conversation onto how they could turn things around. We introduced them to Extreme Platform 1, and that's when this becomes real. It's one platform, one dashboard, up to 90% fewer manual tasks. They were preparing to open 2 new clinics, and in the past, provisioning those sites would have taken weeks, coordinating hardware, manual configurations, testing across multiple systems. But with zero-touch deployment, they can have new sites live in days, not weeks. I will show them from this slide that from a single dashboard, they could now manage staff and guest devices. They can monitor application performance. They can do digital forensics. They can troubleshoot proactively with AI-powered insights. This is a new way to manage what they have. And for Summit Valley, I'm going to remind them that their small but mighty IT team can have some time back in their day. They can have some time to dedicate to those projects that are important to Summit Health, as opposed to just running around managing break fix. So as you know, when we first engaged Summit Valley, they were growing fast. 2 new clinics, more remote staff, and a patient-first digital experience that depended on flawless connectivity. But their IT team? Overloaded. They were duct taping legacy systems together just to stay afloat. This is where Extreme's architecture gave them breathing room. Using this slide, we can speak about flexibility. Our solutions scales with you, whether you're supporting 5 sites or 500. It's secure, built with zero trust principles, so it protects from the inside out. Simple. It's a universal remote for their entire network, both wired and wireless, old and new, all in one dashboard. I'm going to explain to them that it's like your teams have an autopilot button. They can now deploy APs and switches faster and more securely using Extreme Fabric and our wired AP with fabric attached solutions, while reducing the risk of manual misconfigurations. And because it's virtually zero touch, new locations don't mean new headaches. This isn't about flashy tech yet. It's about giving your team space to breathe, solve real problems, and grow without feeling like they're constantly one outage away from a meltdown. This is healthcare. Any outage means impact to people's lives, impact to clinical care. We can help them make sure that they stay up and running. All right, So why don't we use another example? Our first one, Summit Health, pretty wireless focused. So let's talk about my customer Trendmart. Trendmart is a regional retail chain with 80 plus stores. We just wrapped up discovery. Here's what I uncovered. Store launches have been delayed due to manual switch configuration. Constant tickets from outdated, fragmented infrastructure. They have new pressure to adopt AI and self-checkout tools, but they have no network readiness for that. Sustainability targets from corporate and zero visibility across their stores. They're being pressured to do things they really don't know how to do. They have lost a boatload of money because of unexpected downtime. It's retail, point of sale devices going down. That translates into thousands of dollars per minute in lost revenue. So this is how I'm planning to pitch, using these slides to guide a story tied to real urgency. And I'm anchoring everything around the 3 whys. Remember the whys. Why change? Because their current setup is holding them back. Why now? Because the cost of waiting is piling up. Why Extreme and why you as their partner? Because we're solving real-world pain with proven outcomes. This is important. We have to convince them to move forward with their project. We need to create urgency, especially in this age of AI. Why change? Why now? So I'd open the conversation by reframing switching as a business enabler. Get them away from thinking about switches as those boxes with 48 blinky lights. I would remind them of our conversation. You told me your exec team is pushing AI tools for smarter inventory, predictive staffing, and frictionless checkout. But your IT team can't support it on the current infrastructure. And worst of all, they have no centralized view of what was happening across their network. We have talked about the weak link being switching. And if that foundation isn't strong, your innovation goals are at risk. That's why change. The network is no longer viable. It's no longer just wires and pipes in the ceiling. It's mission critical to your growth plans. This is the why change and the why now. They've got limited visibility, growing device density, and no easy way to scale without spending more time and money. And that's exactly where Extreme comes in. We can solve for these business challenges. So let's talk about sort of traditional networking versus Extreme wired. Why should they want to go with Extreme? They have frustrations with multi-vendor legacy. During that discovery process, here's what I found out. Trendmart legacy network, it's just inflexible, it's outdated, and it's expensive and complex to maintain. Their team was spending hours just keeping things running, manually configuring VLANs, patching firmware, and chasing support across multiple OEMs, across multiple locations, and supporting multiple devices. And let's talk about energy. Their facilities team flagged the network closets as one of the highest untracked power draws across all of their locations. Using this slide here is where I introduce Extreme. Here is where I then mention fabric-enabled switches that reduce config time by half. Our switches are Energy Star certified. We have one cloud-based dashboard for all sites. And here's the key. Whoever is feeling that pressure the most, that's likely your champion. It's the person buried in manual process or on the hook for reducing operational overhead. Make their life easier. Turn them into a rock star in their own organization. And you've got an internal advocate who's going to push this forward and is going to be loyal to you. The person who feels this pain the most, usually the network engineer or IT ops leading managing site rollouts or constant tickets. But remember, to be a champion, they really need to have influence in order to make some changes, make suggestions. And in order to guide them, we have to show them the proof. So remember this, their team was spending hours just keeping things running, just keeping the lights on, manually configuring VLANs, patching firmware, and chasing support across 80 locations. Here's a real-world example. One of Extreme's customers, Harry Reid International Airport, cut their switch install time from 2 days to 20 minutes. 20 minutes. We can translate that into real dollars, and it is tens of thousands of dollars every day. Trendmart is still flying techs out to stores for manual configuration of new switches, which is delaying openings and draining budgets. So this is where I highlight the cost of doing nothing. Time is money. I cannot stress how much you need to relate what we're doing with networking infrastructure into what it means in terms of money for the business. Money is how you start building urgency. Trendmart has 10 to 12 unmanaged devices per store. That's a nightmare when you're growing. So use this slide, and it speaks exactly to that. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, if you're scaling rapidly, you need to standardize and simplify. Let's reduce that device footprint by 60 to 70%, onboarding faster and more consistently. You told me your team's stretched thin, visibility is limited, and your rollout timelines are tight. What if we could fix all three? And lower your long-term OpEx at the same time with Extreme Platform One. Also, every time you open a new store, when you're adding cost, complexity, and stress, we can help remove all of that with automation and zero-touch deployment. So this slide gives me a natural pivot to suggest moving away from legacy rigidity toward modern flexibility. This is important. We're making their lives easier and we're impacting the business. This slide helps answer the why now. Because waiting means scaling pain, operational cost, and tech debt that is continually compounding. We need to help them understand that we can improve their network reliability. This is when we remind them about the 2 outages during their fall sales rush that cost them over $12,000 in 1 day per store, 80 locations. This slide lets me tie switching to sales impact. They're fielding 40 to 50 tickets a day. Store Wi-Fi issues, point of sale reboots, outages. So with this is what I'm going to say. I'm seeing more teams cut down manual work by as much as 90%. Then do the math. Put a dollar amount on that 90%. It's not just about doing things faster. It's about giving your team back time to focus on the stuff that actually moves the needle for the business. And on top of that, our Extreme switches are designed to be energy efficient. So you're not only improving operations, you're also making progress towards corporate sustainability goals without compromising performance. Energy Star rated. They're certified. So yeah, it's one solution that helps you hit both your ops targets and your ESG benchmarks. Let's fix this for good. This is a measurable, urgent problem. This is exactly what makes Why Now stick. Time to paint the big picture. So with this slide, this is what I'd say. Imagine your entire retail operation, from stores to warehouses to headquarters, connected, visible, and easily managed from one place. And that one place is wherever your admins are. What that really means for you is centralized management, so IT has one view of the entire network. Store-level autonomy, so local teams can operate without waiting on HQ. Flexibility. Consistent performance, so customers and employees have the same great experience everywhere. Our networks support every aspect of the business, every critical applications. We can help deliver magical user experiences, faster onboarding, so these new stores, this new staff, and even seasonal pop-ups can come online in days, not weeks. This is the power of Platform One. It's not just another tool. It's the foundation that lets you run today's operations efficiently while also preparing for what's next, whether that's AI, new digital services, or future growth. Extreme makes this a reality. We're not just another vendor. So let's pull it together. TrendMart's story is still unfolding. This is the second example. So we have Summit Health, we have TrendMart. But here's what's clear for both. Why change? Because their network is holding back innovation and draining time. Why now? Because downtime, delays, and inefficiency are costing them daily, either in money, reputation, clinical efficiency, what have you. Why Extreme and us? Because we bring a proven platform, a clear roadmap, and a team committed to helping them scale smarter. Wired and wireless networking isn't background noise anymore. Let's help more customers realize the network is strategic and help them switch to Extreme. So what's next? Every slide in these decks has a job. Don't treat them as checkboxes, treat them as conversations. Tie back to what the customers told you. Pick only those slides that answered the 3 questions they care about most. Why should I change? Why now? And why you? Do that, and the pitch becomes theirs, not yours. Show the customer the money. Show them the impact to the clinical outcomes. Show them the impact to their reputation. And reach out to your Extreme team. Let's go win together. You've got this.
Switching is more critical than ever in the age of AI, cloud, and IoT. Extreme's wired portfolio is designed for flexibility, automation, and energy efficiency, helping organizations deliver secure, high-performance connectivity from the edge to the data center. Our universal wired portfolio offers a versatile range of switches for every scenario: edge, aggregation, core, and data center. You get a choice of operating systems, cloud or on-premises management, and software-defined features for maximum flexibility. Let's look at the key product families. 4000 series, cost-effective 1 gig and multi-gig edge switches for high-density Wi-Fi and IoT. 5000 series, high-performance, feature-rich edge and aggregation switches for enterprise and smart building deployments. 7000 series, performance fabric switches for enterprise core and data center networks, including AI workloads. 8000 series, extreme performance and scalability for data center, AI, and high-performance computing with up to 400 gig bandwidth. Extreme's wired solutions deliver AI-powered management and troubleshooting with Extreme Platform One. More Energy Star certified switch models than any other vendor. Flexible licensing and seamless integration with third-party networks. Support for IoT, high-density environments, and smart building applications. Extreme's wired portfolio powers Rensselaer Biopharma, streamlined infrastructure, enhanced security, and automation. Prima Care, reduced support tickets by 80% across medical offices. Santa Maria Schools, reliable, secure connectivity for students and staff. Georgia Ports Authority, 24/7 operations with zero unplanned downtime. Extreme Networks offers partners a complete, future-ready wired portfolio, backed by AI, security, and flexible deployment options. Explore our partner portal for training, sales tools, and product resources. Let's deliver secure, high-performance wired networking together. Wireless networking is evolving fast. Extreme's portfolio is designed for agility, energy efficiency, and future readiness, helping organizations deliver secure, high-performance connectivity in any environment. Our universal wireless portfolio offers a versatile range of access points for every scenario: indoor, outdoor, high-density, and rugged environments. You get a choice of cloud or on-premises management, software-defined features, and flexible deployment options. Let's look at the key product families. AP3000 series, powerful, smart, and cost-effective Wi-Fi 6E for mainstream deployments. AP4000 series, compact, high-performance Wi-Fi 6E and Wi-Fi 7, ideal for offices and classrooms. This family includes our AP4020 and AP4060 series, advanced quad radio Wi-Fi 7 models with options for external antennas and extended temperature ranges, perfect for harsh or high-density locations. AP5000 series, rugged, high-performance Wi-Fi 6E and Wi-Fi 7 for demanding indoor and outdoor environments. AP5050U/D, stadium-optimized outdoor Wi-Fi 6E with modular mounting and antenna options, built for the toughest environments. Extreme's wireless solutions deliver AI-powered management and troubleshooting with Extreme Platform One. Flexible licensing and seamless integration with third-party networks. Support for IoT, high-density roaming, and smart building applications. Extreme's wireless portfolio powers the world's largest cloud-managed retail network at Kroger. Stadium connectivity for Manchester United and NFL venues. Smart city deployments in Memphis. Digital equity and efficiency for schools and universities. Extreme Networks offers partners a complete, future-ready wireless portfolio, backed by AI, security, and flexible deployment options. Explore our partner portal for training, sales tools, and product resources. Let's deliver secure, high-performance wireless together.